Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 97 of the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast. I'm Christine.
And I'm Sam.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm well. I hope you're well out there in listening land.
Indeed.
We have quite a few things to get to today.
Alrighty then.
So let's just dive into it.
Okay.
First thing on my outline I have is breakfast burritos rule.
They do. I can't argue that.
I must have had a breakfast burrito the day I wrote this outline.
I think you did. You made us breakfast burritos a couple of days in a row.
Yeah.
This past week.
I must have been on a kick.
I think you were on a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did like the really kind of decadent breakfast burrito with just egg and some Beyond breakfast sausage and peppers and onions. And I think you even put tater tots in the burrito.
Tater tots, yeah.
And let me tell you, fried potatoes of some kind inside a burrito is genius.
It is.
It's absolute genius.
It is.
So I fully agree with your assertion that breakfast burritos rule.
That's good.
They do.
I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
We are.
I have to tell you, though, as much as I think Just Egg is an amazing product, I still prefer a tofu scramble.
For me, it just depends. I like a tofu scramble, but sometimes I prefer the texture of Just Egg because you can kind of get it more to that scrambled egg consistency.
I guess
that's a little bit firmer than tofu.
Yeah.
When done in a scramble, to me, the tofu always just tastes a little bit too soft.
Really?
To really come across as like a scrambled egg substitute. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not scrambled eggs. It's a tofu scramble.
Right.
Yeah. And Just Egg does make really good omelets.
Yes.
And I do like to make omelets with it every once in a while.
Yeah, those are a real treat whenever you make omelets with Just Egg. Those are a real treat.
I personally think I prefer just a good tofu scramble in my breakfast burrito.
Well, I'm good either way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to make whatever you give me. I mean, I'm going to eat whatever you give me. I'm not going to make whatever you give me. I'm going to eat whatever you give me. So,
well, let me know what you liked in a breakfast burrito. Not you, Sam. But you out there. That's right, you. I'm talking to you.
The collective you.
Yeah, because I'd like some new breakfast burrito ideas.
Well, for me, and I know you don't want my opinion on this, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
No.
You said you didn't want me to answer this question.
Go ahead and answer.
Okay. So for me, I'm all about textural difference.
Yeah.
And in many cases, temperature difference. So for me, the perfect breakfast burrito balances something kind of soft, usually probably the tofu scramble, with something that's got a little more crunch to it, preferably some raw vegetables, things like that.
Yeah.
And of course, some potatoes. I guess I like things that have a lot going on. And the one thing that can bug me a little bit about a breakfast burrito, if it's all the same texture, if it's mushy on top of mushy on top of mushy.
Yeah, I agree.
That I don't love.
Yeah, I agree. It can be just mushy.
Yeah. So like if you've got some tofu scramble, but you've got some really nice like al dente broccoli in there, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Or if you've got some sprouts, or if you've done some really crispy potatoes, like even above and beyond tots, like crispy.
Yeah, they have to be super crispy.
Potatoes. So yeah, I like differences in texture. And then you get something like super creamy, like avocado.
Yeah.
In there as well. Yeah, for me, it's just all about balance.
Yeah, texturally.
Textural and flavor balance. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Even though you didn't want to know.
Well, thank you for sharing that anyway, regardless.
My pleasure.
Hey, we had some exciting things going on around here. Sam made her Main Street Studio stage debut in a performance of Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare.
I did.
Yes.
Yes.
What was the name of the role you played? The friar?
I played, it was the friar, essentially, but they renamed it.
The sister.
Sister Francesca.
Yeah.
And so, I got to put on my ceremonial robes and attempt to marry people.
Yeah. And you had some practice with that,
I had some practice with that at Trey and Samantha's wedding.
Earlier in the month at my nephew's wedding.
It felt kind of appropriate.
Oh, and Sam did a really, really good job. And I would tell you to run out and see it, but the run is over.
It is.
It was very short, just one weekend run.
It was a one weekend run, Thursday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep. But it was a really good time.
Yeah, I think it was
fun.
a success, and people seemed to really enjoy the show. I know I did.
We had good houses each night.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun.
They had some audience participation stuff that was cute. And
the pool noodles were awesome.
Yeah, sword fighting with pool noodles.
That doesn't, you can't go wrong with that.
No.
Really
was good. Mm-hmm. It was good.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good show, especially given that we only had like 10 days of rehearsal.
Yeah.
So, do Shakespeare in 10 days.
Yeah, that's impressive. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw some exciting news today.
You did?
Coming out of Syracuse, New York. Strong Hearts vegan restaurant in Syracuse has partnered with Upstate University Hospital as part of SUNY Upstate Medical University's sustainability initiative, and they're going to be providing grab-and-go food in the hospital cafeteria.
That is awesome.
I think that's fantastic, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so hospital staff, the students and visitors can now get their Thai tofu salad, vegan chicken salad sandwiches, dill potato salad, macaroni salad, and Mediterranean salad in a grab-and-go form in the hospital's cafeteria.
That is so awesome. Because I know that whenever we've been in a hospital for an extended period of time, the one I think of most frequently is after your mom's heart surgery.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the hospital.
We spent
for that.
a lot of time in the hospital. We were pretty much there every day for a week.
Yeah.
Sadly, decent food at a hospital is very, very hard to come by.
It's terrible.
It really is.
In most hospitals, it's not only is there nothing for people visiting or waiting out whatever's going on with their loved ones, there's nothing really great for them to eat. The food that they give to the patients is also terrible.
Yeah.
And God forbid you're vegan in a hospital, because look out. There's really nothing out there for you.
Yeah, we both had interesting experiences after our respective appendectomies trying to get some form of caloric intake that was in fact vegan.
You tell them you're vegan and they're like, oh, okay, no problem. And they bring you Jell-O.
Or chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
Or beef broth.
Beef broth. I had that also. Mm-hmm. Like, can you just bring me...
popsicle and ginger ale?
Yeah, and hopefully the popsicle is vegan. I really don't know.
Well, popsicles are water and sugar.
Mostly, yeah.
And, or applesauce.
Applesauce, yeah.
That would be fine.
I think I did have an applesauce, yeah.
Yeah, it's very challenging. Mm-hmm. It's very, very challenging.
Like, you could have toast, but there's nothing to put on it. I suppose you could have toast and jam.
Yes. That would be a possibility.
But I'm not a huge toast and jam fan. But then, I wanted coffee.
Or toast with nut butter.
Yeah, but they didn't have that. They didn't have that.
I don't know what everybody has.
Never mind what we went through. It's just in most hospitals, it's really hard for vegan people.
It is. So
both as visitors to hospitals and patients.
Yeah, so let's give a huge thumbs up to SUNY Upstate Medical University.
Yeah.
And taking the initiative to partner with an entity like Strong Hearts. And you all know we love Strong Hearts.
Yeah.
So that is absolutely fantastic. And I hope it goes really, really well.
I hope so too.
I hope that other hospitals in the area will follow suit. And I hope that maybe we can get a similar thing going on up here. There are many large medical centers in the Buffalo area. Uh-huh. And if Strong Hearts Buffalo could partner with them, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it helps that this is a teaching hospital. So,
sure.
They have students to feed and stuff. But, it's great news.
It's really fantastic. Great. So go Strong Hearts and go SUNY Upstate.
Anything else you want to talk about that we've been up to or...
Oh, not really. Just kind of continuing on with our midsummer stuff. We're kind of past the halfway point of summer.
Flying by.
Yeah, so I'm finishing up with summer advising this week, getting ready for the next round of theatrical fun.
Right.
With Playground starting next week. Lucy will be visiting us.
Yeah, our niece Lucy will be spending a couple of weeks with us while she goes to theater camp.
Yep. And of course, in the middle of that, there will be a Veg Fest.
Yep.
Western New York Veg Fest is coming up. So I feel like this week is kind of a deep breath.
Right. before things get crazy again.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we've had some crazy the past few weeks and now we get to be a little bit sane before the next round of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
And the next round of crazy is going to be a long round of crazy.
It's a long run of crazy right up to
Thanksgiving.
And on that note, we've decided that next week we're going to be doing a replay episode so that we can prep for
Veg Fest,
Western New York Veg Fest, which is August 6th, and we
Yes.
hope to see you there if
We
you're
sure
in the
do.
area. And also because our niece is going to be here for theater camp, and Sam is teaching at theater camp, and so it's just going to be really hard to pin us down to record an episode next week. So we'll drop a replay of one of our favorites from the past.
We'll find one.
We'll find a blast from the past.
Indeed, we will.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back on the 7th.
Yeah, we'll be back with a vengeance.
Yes, we'll be back on the 7th of August.
Yeah, to talk all about
Western New York Veg Fest. And Lucy will be with us.
Yeah, and Lucy will give her opinion on food and
Peanut butter
activities and,
peanut butter cookies.
Yeah. And peanut butter cookies from, was it Eat Your Feelings?
It was Eat Your Feelings that had her favorite peanut butter cookies, yes.
Yeah, so, we'll be seeking those out, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, you want to talk about this week's recipe?
Absolutely, and this one is all yours because this is your famous rice and beans.
Yeah, I don't know really what it's famous for, but that's what it says in the show notes or in the outline. So,
because that's what you wrote. So they must be famous for something, or you must think that they're famous for something.
Yeah,
so.
But we've given away too much. Here's this week's recipe from our vegan kitchen. Well, like Sam said, she leaked it to you. This week's recipe was my famous rice and beans.
I mean, how can you go wrong? It's kind of like next to salad, it's like the ultimate vegan staple. Rice and beans.
And I've been making and eating my rice and beans for since in my 20s.
So yeah, 30 years and then some.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time eating rice and beans. When I was, poor, when I was younger, I ate a ton of rice and beans.
Well, sure.
It's very economical.
It is.
Yeah.
And, it goes a long way.
It does. Yeah.
A cup of rice and a can of beans goes a long way.
Yeah, a cup of rice, 2 cans of beans, 2 different kinds of beans, some veg in there, and you've got food for a few days.
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, Christine made her famous rice and beans today and put them on a bowl. So we had some greens at the bottom and then some lovely sauteed veg and then the rice and beans and some slaw and some sprouts and some wonderful crunchy things on top and some corn and some avocado.
Yeah,
and
charred some corn, some sweet corn.
And some pickled onions. And it was just
pickled onions.
Really fantastic. Like I said, I like contrast. So there were some really wonderful contrasts going on.
Yeah.
And there was nothing processed in it. It was all good, whole,
it was all whole
healthy
foods,
food.
baby.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And that really is how I like to eat best.
That is how we usually eat now. I mean, I think when we first went vegan, it was fun to find all the new, vegan alternatives and all that jazz. And it was fun to experiment and taste them all and compare them with things we've had in the past. But we don't really buy any very many replacements.
No, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Every now and again, a bottle of Just Egg. Every now and again, a package of Beyond Italian sausage.
Right. For treats.
Yeah. Yeah, but we really don't buy...
Or Aldi's meatballs.
Aldi's meatballs for spaghetti and meatballs, yes. But yeah, we don't do a lot of that stuff. But I just love it when it is so very clear in a meal. And this evening's dinner was a definite example of that, of how amazing just whole food can be.
Yeah. Delicious and...
Absolutely delicious.
Interesting and flavorful.
And also you can... I know I've said this before, but in a dish like that, you can taste the fact that it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's like you can taste the nutrition.
You can taste the goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that feeling. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you'd like the full recipe, it will be up on our Patreon for all of our patron community, and that will be titled Christine's Famous Rice and Beans.
There you go.
And this recipe is good for a lot of things. Burritos, tacos, side dish, in a bowl, the way we did it. Sometimes I just put it in a bowl and eat it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did very much. Thank you for the beautiful dinner.
You're welcome. Moving on to our noteworthy section. Our noteworthy section comes from one of our very favorite places. It comes from nutritionfacts.org.
Oh, all hail Michael Greger.
And Dr. Michael Greger.
Love him.
And the question he asks in this video and transcript that we're going to talk about is, are Beyond Meat and the Impossible Burger healthy?
And he starts off by saying, it's interesting. The more people consume meat substitutes, the less likely they are to care that it has a similar taste, texture, appearance, or smell of meat. But to appeal to those who really need them, the meatier the better. This has certainly been accomplished with the spate of new products on the market, with all studies agreeing that they're healthier for the planet. But what about healthier for us? What's the tolerable upper daily intake level for trans fat? An upper limit was not set for trans fat by the Institute of Medicine because any incremental increase in trans fat intake increases the risk of heart disease, the number one killer of men and women, as in any intake above 0. Because trans fatty acids are unavoidable in diets that contain meat and dairy, consuming 0 trans fat would, quote, require significant changes in patterns of dietary intake. One of the authors of the report from Harvard's nutrition department offered a memorable explanation for why the Institute of Medicine panel didn't cap it at 0. They said, quote, we can't tell people to stop eating all meat and all dairy products, he said. Well, we could tell people to become vegetarians, he added. If we were truly basing this only on science, we would. But it is a bit extreme. We wouldn't want scientists to base anything on science now, would we?
No.
Of course not.
Yes, Dr. Michael Greger, in his typical fashion, put it to the test.
He did indeed put it to the test.
Yeah.
And I just find it so interesting that scientists are admitting that their recommendations, in fact, go against the science.
Right. We can't tell people the science because they won't listen to us. It's the same thing you constantly hear, that consumers and patients are too stupid to do what's good for them.
No. I don't think it's that at all. I don't think that he is saying we don't tell people to become vegetarians because they're too stupid to do it. I think he's saying we don't tell people to become vegetarians because it feels extreme, and it also then causes issues for these giant conglomerations of entities that we're kind of bound by. Big pharma, big, big agriculture, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think that has anything to do with people being stupid. What I do think is terrible here is that a doctor is essentially admitting that he is withholding information that would contribute to his patient's better health simply because it sounds extreme.
Yeah, they think that it's unachievable.
Yes.
A simple thing like cutting out meat and dairy.
Right.
Unachievable.
But I think if they were to present the facts as they are, I think a lot of people would be willing to listen to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Now, Dr. Greger does go on to say that he's not happy with the amount of salt that's in most processed plant-based products.
Of course not.
But that's any processed food is going to have elevated salt.
Right.
But beyond that, to wrap it all up into, one tidy little package, it's definitely healthier.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this is, of course, we're talking about Beyond Burger and Impossible Burger and those kinds of things related to meat.
Comparably.
Compared to meat. Yes, it is definitely healthier.
Yeah, comparably speaking.
For us, for the planet.
Yeah.
Does that mean that they are, capital H, healthy? Not necessarily.
Maybe not.
Not
No.
necessarily. Again, you get the elevated salt. They are high in fat. They are high in saturated fat. No trans fat, of course,
Yeah,
but there's
no trans
still
fat.
a fair amount of saturated fat.
No
usually-
cholesterol.
And there, of course, is no cholesterol,
Yeah.
which you also get with meat. So, no, they're not going to be as healthy as perhaps a lentil walnut burger or a black bean burger, something along that realm. But again, as a treat, I'm the first person to admit I like an Impossible Burger every now and again.
Yeah. So he concludes by saying, so, of course, as the chair of Harvard's nutrition department put it, nutrition policies and dietary guidelines should continue to emphasize a diet rich in whole plant foods such as nuts, seeds, and legumes or pulses, which are rich in protein and many other nutrients, but require little industrial processing. But we shouldn't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Not everyone can go all kale and quinoa overnight. The choice on the Burger King menu isn't between this and this, but between this and this. And in that case, it's a no-brainer. Now, because it sounds like this and this and this and this, it's because
Yes.
this is transcript from a video.
Yes.
So what he's doing is he's pointing to an Impossible Burger and a regular burger. Mm-hmm. And then he's pointing to the regular burger and a bunch of Whole Foods.
Right.
So, yeah. So what he's saying is, yeah, of course, if you're at a Burger King, the healthier choice is the Impossible Burger.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The healthiest thing to do is not be in line at Burger King. But,
This is true.
you know,
This is true.
I'll share a link to Dr. Greger's video in the show notes if you want to watch it. His videos are informative and, of course, always entertaining.
Always.
Yeah.
As I will say it again, all hail Dr. Greger.
Yeah. So if you're out and about, or if somebody in your family is maybe dissing you because you're eating an Impossible Burger at the family cookout and telling you that, you know, oh, you shouldn't eat that, it's just processed crap and all this, please refer them to this video, or at least tell them some of the facts that you learn from this video so that you can say, yeah, it's not the most healthiest thing to eat, but it's healthier than what you're eating.
Indeed.
So there you go.
And if you think the meat you're eating isn't processed,
Yeah.
you're very wrong.
Yeah, I mean, what was that one fact we learned in, I think it might have been in one of your 72 reasons, that a hamburger comes from the flesh of how many cows?
Oh,
how many different cows?
It could be over 100 cows.
Yeah, so the one hamburger you're eating contains the dead flesh from over 100 different cows.
Yeah.
All blended together.
Yeah.
How can that be healthy?
Right.
Especially for the cow.
Indeed.
Hey, that brings us to our main topic.
It does.
And this week's main topic is, it's a game week. This week we're going to be playing a rousing game of Would You Rather. And you can play along at home. The link to the questions will be, as usual, in the show notes. There are 239 Would You Rather questions on this list, and we will not be visiting all of them, of course.
Heavens no. And actually, I went through all 239 of them, and a number of them are identical to questions that we've done in the past.
Yeah, we won't do any repeats.
So we'll be sure to skip over the ones that we have done before.
Okay, and then we're just going to kind of toss it back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Like we usually do?
Sounds good. How many are we doing total?
Well, I'll keep an eye on the time, and
We'll just wing it and see
we'll-
what happens?
Yeah, like we usually do. We'll just wing it.
All right. Sounds good.
Would you rather lose a finger or have a headache every day for the rest of your life?
Lose a finger without question.
That's tough.
I can't stand
As a guitar
headaches.
player, that's tough. I mean, I suppose I could lose, if I could pick the finger, I could lose a pinky on my right hand and probably be okay.
I can't stand headaches.
That would be rough, having a headache every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So for me, that's a no-brainer. I would gladly lose a finger.
Okay, I guess I'm going finger too, just because I don't want to have to take ibuprofen every day.
No, definitely not. It's terrible for your liver.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad. All right, I'll go finger.
Go finger.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader? Again, this is a no-brainer for me. It's all about talk like Yoda.
Yeah, I think I would have to go talk like Yoda because I think breathing like Darth Vader would get really annoying to people.
Yeah, I think so too.
And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like talking like Yoda wouldn't, but at least talking like Yoda will always have a certain degree of humor value. And no, I'm not going to do my bad Yoda impression right now. No, I'm not going to do it.
To be breathing like Darth Vader would be annoying, no?
That's not how Yoda talks. Good try, but no.
No, and you have to switch the sentence around.
That's right. You
would
have to switch the syntax.
Breathing like Darth Vader. Annoys? No.
No. Just
okay.
Give it up.
Moving on.
Give it up. Move on.
Would you rather have telekinesis, which is the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, which is the ability to read minds?
Telepathy.
You want to read minds?
Well, I'm not saying I would want to automatically read minds, but I think that would be a handy little trick to have in your toolbox at certain times.
Yeah, it would be, but I don't know if I want to know what people are thinking, frankly.
Maybe not, but I have no reason to move things with my mind, like if that just doesn't make sense to me.
I think I'm picking telekinesis because, yeah, to be able to move things with my mind, that would be really convenient.
Well, like, what do you want to move with your mind?
I don't know. I could sit on the porch and move the lawnmower back and forth. I mean,
okay, that's a good example.
It would come in handy.
I'll give you that. That's good.
It would definitely come in handy. I could move the mail from the mailbox to my hand.
I suppose so.
Whatever.
I suppose
I just think it would come in handy, and I don't want to know what people are thinking. I really don't.
Well, I just think that I don't want, constant telepathy. I want selective telepathy.
Right.
Like I can turn it on when I want and turn it off when I want.
Yeah.
But I do think that could come in handy every now and again.
It could, but you also might not like what you find out.
Well, that's okay. Then I'll just have to deal with that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout?
I guess only be able to whisper.
Definitely. I agree. I would definitely only be able to whisper.
The shouting would probably get on people's nerves. Much like breathing like Darth Vader would.
Yes. Yeah, I would definitely only be able to whisper. Yeah, and I would not put up with you if you could only shout.
No, she'd kick me out for sure.
I would.
Stop with the shouting.
Yeah. Exactly.
Stop with the shouting.
Yes, stop with the shouting. What are you doing?
The whispering thing could get a little tricky, people not being able to hear you and stuff.
Well, that's okay. You don't listen to me anyway. So it would be exactly. So it would be fine if I could only whisper.
Yeah. Careless whisper.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, here's one. Would you rather have to wear wet socks every day or only be allowed to wash your hair once a year?
Okay, now here's the thing. And I think that my answer might be very specific just to me.
Okay.
I would go with not washing my hair for a year because I'm assuming that washing your hair infers with soap or shampoo of some kind.
Right.
Because my hair is so short,
yeah,
I can actually get away with just using water.
True.
And so because it doesn't say I can't shower and I can't wash the rest of me.
It doesn't.
I could actually, get my head underwater and be okay. And because there's no way I could stand wet socks.
Yeah, I don't think I would pick wearing wet socks every day, but if I had to choose the only be allowed to wash my hair once a year, then I would shave my head.
There you go.
It wouldn't be pretty. I don't have a very pleasant looking skull.
Well,
but yeah, wet socks.
No.
That's just gross.
Yeah, wet socks are a big,
Could you imagine
no.
that? Even in the wintertime, oh my gosh, your feet would freeze and fall off.
Oh, it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Just no.
Yeah, I'm going not allowed to wash my hair for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a year, right?
It's only a year.
And the wet socks says every day. It doesn't say it's only for a year. It just says every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to go with, would you rather never use the internet again or never fly on an airplane again?
That's tough because if you can't use the internet, it would be hard to fly on an airplane these days. Booking flights and all that jazz.
No, wouldn't you go to the airport and you book a flight?
Oh, that's true. You could just go. So other people can use the internet. You just can't.
Correct. I know my answer. I would much rather never use the internet again.
Well, it would make podcast research and prep time. I'd have to go to the library.
Yes, you would. But even if you were at the library, you couldn't use the internet.
No, I wouldn't use their internet. I would just have to look at books and magazines.
There you go. Well, I guess it just means that you'll have to choose never flying on an airplane again, and I'll have to travel alone and, like, somehow let you know what's happening in the world.
Yeah. Does cellular count as internet?
I'm assuming it does, yes.
That's tough. That's a tough one. But never being able to fly anywhere is...
Yeah,
that's brutal.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I guess I'm going to have to go never be able to fly anywhere. But then you'd be going all the places.
I would be going all the places. And then I would send you handwritten letters telling you exactly what's going on. And then you can podcast about it.
There you go. But I can't upload them because I can't use the internet.
Well, no, you chose not to fly. So you can
I can't use the internet. That's right. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, you chose not to fly. So I do all the traveling and I write you handwritten reports. And then you podcast about it.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Or actually, we podcast about it because I can still use the analog system that we're using to record.
Sure. Yeah, there's no internet required to record.
And then you use the internet to upload it.
Yeah.
See, it could work.
I suppose we could make it work.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, kind of on that same vein, not really, but kind of. Would you rather be extremely wealthy but only able to walk everywhere? Or be broke, but able to travel anywhere in the world?
Oh, definitely broke and be able to travel anywhere in the world.
Okay, so you could get there, but you're broke. You can't buy anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
How are you going to feed yourself?
I'll figure that part out.
Yeah.
Because honestly, getting there is the challenging part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure the rest out.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm going broke too.
Mm-hmm.
Broke, but able to travel. Because what good is all that money if you can only walk?
That's right. It would
only get to places you can walk to.
It would take you all day to get to the grocery store and back.
Right. I can't call a cab.
Nope. Apparently not.
Yeah, that would be rough. That would be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm going broke and able to travel anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, here's one. Would you rather be locked for a week in a room that's overly bright or a room that's totally dark?
Totally dark would get weird after a while because it's like sensory deprivation. You would start to hallucinate
but you would in an overly bright room too.
I don't know. I mean, at least
you would. That's sleep deprivation.
Yeah, but you could cover your eyes. I'm going overly bright room.
I'm going overly dark.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm going overly bright because I can always cover my eyes to sleep.
Yeah, no,
But in an overly dark room, and it doesn't say black, it just says overly dark.
Well, it says totally dark.
Oh, totally dark.
Totally dark.
See, I don't want to be in a totally dark room forever.
Yeah, it's for a week.
Oh.
It's not forever. It's for a week.
Even so, a week? I mean, yeah, no, that'd be too sensory deprivationist, kind of.
Nah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I'm going bright. I'm going too bright.
Okay, and I'm going totally dark.
Well, once again, we are separated.
Usually.
Would you rather adopt a British accent every time you're having a serious conversation?
That is so not a British accent.
Never said I could do accents. Or laugh every time someone cries.
I'm going with the British accent. Laughing when someone else is crying is just no.
Yeah, I'd have to too, and I would have to improve on my British accent.
That's an understatement. Yes, you would.
Cheerio. I have something very serious to talk about today. Do you have your water bottle?
Oh, good Lord. Here we go.
Do you have your Harry Potter water bottle?
No, you have my Harry Potter water bottle.
Oh, as a matter of fact, right now I have it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to adopt a British accent every time I'm having a serious conversation.
Likewise.
Because, yeah, laughing when someone cries is just, that's brutal. That's really rude.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Would you rather have to wear a bib every time you go out to eat or drink from a sippy cup every time you're at a bar?
I'm going sippy cup.
Are you really?
Yeah. Because I think you're at a bar. I think people would think it was funny you were drinking out of a sippy cup. I don't want to have to wear a bib every time I go out to eat. However, Sam, I've always been threatening to buy her a bib because she just has this habit of spilling things on herself.
I do. And so I will happily wear a bib every time I go out to eat. I don't really go to bars. I don't like bars.
Yeah.
So,
but it could be like a bar at a restaurant. So you'd be in your bib and I'd have my sippy cup.
Yes.
I mean, excuse me, sir. Could you fill my sippy cup?
Yep.
Double Jameson on the
That's
rocks
right.
in this
In a
sippy
sippy
cup,
cup.
please.
Yes.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be funny. I think at a bar you could get away with it.
Yeah. No, I will wear my bib without shame.
Yeah. Plus, they make some really cute sippy cups now.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
No, I'm
I would
unaware
probably
of
want
this.
one of those ones, like my nephew when he was little. He's in his 30s now, by the way. But when he was little, he had this cute little sippy cup that was like a kind of like a Weeble on the bottom, so it wouldn't tip over. I could get one of those and never spill my drink again.
Oh, there you go. Now I know what to get you for Christmas.
Do not buy me a sippy cup for Christmas.
Well, we try to keep gifts useful.
Yeah. Would you rather live in a different fancy hotel every night with unlimited room service credit, or live in your dream home but not be able to hire help?
Duh, that's dream home with no help. Without question.
Right? Why do we need help? Who wrote this question?
I don't know.
What entitled person wrote this question?
Seriously.
What, my dream home and I can't have any help? I can't hire help?
Well, considering my dream home is like a tiny house
Right.
in the middle of the, northwestern Irish mountains, like, come on.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't need help. Yeah, totally dream home with no help.
Yeah, I think I'm going dream home too. Although the unlimited room service is kind of tempting.
Well, that's not a bad thing, but it's just unlimited room service. So that would be hotel restaurant only. I'm assuming that would not include like door dashing or something like that.
Right.
So you would only be able to eat at the hotel's restaurant.
Yeah, that would get old.
It would.
You go through their menu in like a week.
Well, right. But they're also saying that you get to switch hotels.
Oh, right. You're in a
frequently, I
different
think.
fancy hotel every night, it
Yeah.
says. Different fancy hotel every night. Yeah,
And
no,
who knows if the hotel restaurants have vegan food?
right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going dream home.
Dream home, no
that
help.
one. Yeah. Dream home, no help.
Yes. Okay. Would you rather have all of your Google searches or all of the photos on your phone made public? Now, I don't think making either of these things public would be terribly embarrassing or incriminating by any stretch of the imagination, but given that the photos on my phone are all food, travel, craft items, and cats,
Right.
I'm going with the photos.
Yeah, so it's search engine history. Is that what it is? Google history?
Google history, all of your Google searches or all of the photos on your phone.
Yeah, neither one of those for me are incriminating in any way either.
Right.
But I think I'm going photos too because, like Sam, my photos are of food and cats.
Travel and cats.
Food, travel, and cats.
Yeah.
Mostly. Yeah. With occasional stupid Snapchat selfies.
Yes, because you do Snapchat. You do Snapchat selfies. I do not.
I don't post them. I don't use Snapchat, but I like their filters because they're funny and they make me laugh. If I'm bored, I'll sit and make myself laugh with the stupid filters on the. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going photos.
Definitely photos.
Yeah. Okay. This next one goes out to our niece Lucy.
Okay.
Would you rather celebrate the 4th of July with Taylor Swift or Christmas with Mariah Carey?
Okay. My gut response to this is none of the above. I take answer C, none of the above. But for Lucy's sake, I will say the 4th of July with Taylor Swift.
Even if Lucy wasn't involved, I would say the 4th of July with Taylor Swift because I just don't want Mariah Carey singing that song.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old All I Want for Christmas
Right,
Is
right,
You.
right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I find Mariah Carey a little abrasive. So, yeah, I'm going Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
4th of July with Taylor Swift sounds fun.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that. Would you rather live in a tree house or in a cave?
You might be surprised because I hate heights, but I'm going treehouse.
Really?
Yeah, because caves are creepy and cold and damp in most cases. And there's bats and spiders and things you can't see,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
But in a treehouse, I mean, the sky's the limit.
I just think tree houses are really cool.
Tree
So
houses are cool.
I'm going tree house.
And my treehouse doesn't have to be super high off the ground.
It doesn't. Yours will be, at a reasonable height, and mine will be 4 stories above you.
Mine will be, use this step stool to get into my treehouse.
And mine will be as high off the ground as possible.
Yeah, yours will be like a ladder and then a rope swing and then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. But I agree with you. Treehouse.
Yeah, treehouse. Caves are creepy and damp. And
See, I love caves. I'm sorry. Chiselhurst caves were
no.
so cool.
I don't mind visiting caves or touring caves or being in a cave for a little while, but I don't want to live in one.
Understood.
Yeah. Would you rather walk to work in heels or drive to work in reverse?
Walk to work in heels, no question.
Really?
Yes.
Sam doesn't like to drive backwards.
I don't. Not at all. I really don't. Although now that our new car has like the backup camera,
Yeah.
I'm getting a little more comfortable with it, but I don't particularly like going in reverse.
No.
So I would walk to work in heels. I would be in pain afterwards, but I would live with that.
I would drive in reverse.
Well, you're good at driving in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always admired that about you, actually.
I'm just backwards like that, I guess.
Well, this is not a surprise.
Yeah, a lot of times when we have to back into things, if it's, at all tight or anything, we will, if Sam's driving, we'll swap and I'll back it in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's true. It's absolutely
you don't
true.
like going backwards.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather give up chocolate for a year or your smartphone for a month?
I'm going chocolate.
I'm going smartphone.
I knew that was going to play out like that. Sam could lose her phone and not even know it and
It's
not
true.
even care.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is not one of those people attached to her phone.
I am not.
I'm
not even a little bit.
always on my phone.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm also doing the social media work for the podcast.
Yes. Oh, that you're always on your phone is not a criticism.
Yeah.
It's just a statement of fact.
Yeah. I would miss my phone.
I would not miss my phone at all.
I would not miss chocolate
I would.
for a year. Nah, I could do that.
No, I would miss it.
Here's a funny one. Would you rather have spaghetti for hair or sweat mayonnaise?
Oh, dear God. Yeah, I read this one and passed right by it. I can't believe you picked this. But this is a no-brainer.
Well, how is it a
Spaghetti
no-brainer?
for hair.
Spaghetti for hair?
Yes. Because no one says that the spaghetti is covered in sauce. So number one, it could
true.
just be noodles.
That's true.
Number two, I sweat so much at my job. Like, no, the idea of that being mayonnaise is so nauseating.
If it could be veganese, that would save us a lot of money.
No. Oh, God. Ew. No.
Hey,
And
Sam,
no.
Sam, can you sweat on my sandwich a little?
Oh, my God.
Just wipe this bread under your arm.
Now you're killing veganese for me. I'm never going to be able to eat veganese again because of that image. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going have spaghetti for hair too.
Ugh.
Yeah, because sweating mayonnaise, that would be
I'm officially
very
revolted.
that would be very uncomfortable.
I'm just revolted.
Yeah.
Like, no.
And just it would stain all your clothes, Ugh.
Look, can we stop talking about it?
Okay.
Because that's just gross.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah. Would you rather always say what you're thinking or never be able to speak again?
Always say what you're thinking. Can I write things down?
It doesn't say anything about...
Yeah, I'm going never be able to speak again. Because I don't think sometimes what people think is supposed to be said out loud. You know?
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And I would definitely choose never be able to speak again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could still write things down, right?
Sure.
So you could still communicate.
And I'm assuming that you could still use that smartphone you like so much to text.
I could text. I could use, I could learn American Sign Language.
Email.
I could email people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just can't speak.
Just can't talk.
It would make podcasting challenging.
It would.
No more podcasting for us.
Christine just wrote down.
Well, but I've also chosen not to be able to speak.
Oh, yeah. That would be the end of the podcast.
It really would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It would
Thus endeth.
It would turn into a blog.
There you go.
We could write it down and have voice actors.
Nice. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's what we would have to do.
Excellent solution.
Yeah. Speaking for Sam and Christine this week.
That's funny. I like that.
Would you rather have eyes that can film everything or ears that can record everything?
Eyes that can film everything. I love visuals.
Visuals are good, but I think if you could record everything you hear, you would have so much knowledge in your head.
Oh, I don't disagree.
You know, that you could just play back whenever.
I don't disagree with you at all.
It kind of reminds me of the Black Mirror episode where the people have the implants in their eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And it records everything that's going on and they can play it back. Mm-hmm. They can upload it and watch it later in the day or whatever.
Sure.
Or even in their brain, they can just replay what happened. Kind of reminds me of that. But I think I'm going ears that record everything.
No, I'm going eyes that film everything.
Yeah. So as a duo, we would be...
Oh, we'd be in good shape.
That would be great.
Yes. Because I would be able to instantly recall everything that we've ever seen.
And I could recall everything that you've ever said. Remember that one time you said... Oh, you don't? Well, let me play it back for you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's not bad. Would you rather wear hideous glasses that are perfect for your eyesight or flattering ones that make your vision a tiny bit blurry?
I guess I'm going hideous because I want to be able to see. And that's funny because Sam just got new glasses. So
I did.
We've been talking about glasses and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm going hideous looking glasses that allow me to see.
I'm definitely going hideous because, you know, even a slight blurring of vision for me gives me headaches.
Yeah.
And we started at the beginning of this by saying I can't stand headaches.
Right.
So I'm going with hideous.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're both going to be in hideous glasses.
Cool.
I mean, how bad could they be, really?
I've seen some pretty hideous glasses, but, you know.
Yeah. But even hideous glasses, you know, people could think that you're just trying to be edgy or, you know, or you're just trying to be weird.
Okay, weird I could understand.
Yeah. Would you rather be 11 feet tall or 9 inches tall?
11 feet.
Really?
Yes.
11 feet.
Yes.
It would be very hard. You couldn't get into the car.
I understand that.
Of course, if you were 9 inches tall, you couldn't drive either.
You'd step on me.
Yeah.
You would not be paying attention at some point and you would step on me and kill me.
Oops. The cats would have a field day.
Exactly.
If we were 9 inches tall.
I would be in constant fear of the cats.
It would be like, what was that? What was that book with the little people? The little people that like lived in the wall.
I'm not sure.
Oh, anyway, somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, it would be terrifying with 4 cats in the house to be 9 inches tall.
It really would.
So I guess I have to go 11 feet.
Yes.
Also, and yeah, it's really tall. We'd be banging our heads a lot.
Uh-huh. Pretty much. But yeah, I just know that if I was 9 inches tall, you would not be paying attention and you would step on me and kill me. And that's not how I want to go out. I'm
Squish.
sorry.
Squish.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would you rather let your partner decorate your entire home or have to do it yourself with no help?
I think I would just let you decorate the whole house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say I would much rather do it myself.
That works out.
It does. Because if I let you do it, everything would be sage green. There would be no
true.
other color anywhere in the house but sage green.
It's true. Every time we're like, what color should we paint this? I'm like, how about sage green?
And I'm like, okay, not everything can be sage green. Don't get me wrong. I also love sage green, but not
soothing.
everything can be sage green.
It's true. Yeah. So, no, I guess I would just let you do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Would you rather get a paper cut every time you turn a page or bite your tongue every time you eat?
Bite my tongue.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going paper cut.
I read more than you do.
It's true. But you can use the Kindle app.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I'm going paper cut because biting your tongue sucks. And to have to do that every time I eat, your tongue would be a mess. You'd be talking like this all the time.
Yeah, maybe. But I tell you, paper cuts also suck. And
yeah,
if you're in the process of reading, you turn a page far more often.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a lot of paper cuts. You wouldn't be able to wash your hands; they would sting so bad.
Yeah, by the end of a book, your hands would be covered in Band-Aids.
Yeah, so no.
Hey, you could wear gloves. Could you wear gloves, but you would still get paper cuts? I guess.
I don't know. You're trying to bend the rules a little too much.
I am trying to bend the rules, but I do not want to bite my tongue every time I eat. So I'm going paper cut every time I turn a page, and I'll just if I'm reading, I'll ask you to turn the pages.
Okay, there you go. That seems fair. Would you rather always have a full phone battery or a full gas tank?
Oh. Full gas tank.
Me too.
Yeah, because gas is expensive.
It is expensive, but it also, if you always have a full gas tank, there's always the possibility of going somewhere.
Yeah, road trip.
Road trip, baby.
You could go on a road trip and never stop for gas.
Right?
That'd be awesome.
Full gas tank.
Yeah, I'm going full gas tank too.
I'm surprised. I thought you would go full phone battery.
No, because, I mean, it doesn't say I can't charge my phone. It just says...
This is true.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going full gas tank because that would rock.
Yes, it would.
Would you rather sleep in a doghouse or let stray dogs sleep in your bed?
I guess I'm going to go doghouse. Because one, there's some pretty posh doghouses out there.
Yeah, but I'm going stray dogs because at least I can still sleep in a bed.
Okay.
And I can always give the dogs a bath.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't say how many stray dogs.
It doesn't.
Could just be 2. If it's just 2 stray dogs, I mean, as long as they're friendly,
Yeah.
not trying to bite me.
Yeah. But you can't be sure of that.
No, I'm going to assume they're cool. I'm going stray dogs. I'm going stray dogs sleep in my bed.
Okay. I'm going to go with the doghouse.
No. I guess we won't see each other very often.
Nope, guess not.
You're off on a plane without me.
I'm in a doghouse.
You're in a doghouse without me.
Yeah.
Well, at least I have the dogs.
There you go. You've got the dogs. You've got everything you need. Oh, we're back to flying. Now, I know that you've already said that you're giving up flying, but still.
Okay.
Would you rather take unlimited plane trips in a middle seat or one per year in the most extravagant first class cabin?
Oh, I'm going 1 per year in the most extravagant first class cabin.
Sadly, so am I. Because honestly, the idea of unlimited plane trips gets me really excited, but the
middle seat is rough, man.
It's really rough.
Really, really rough.
Yeah.
Although, if we're in the middle seat, chances are one of us is next to you.
That's true.
So it's only and I've been in the middle seat.
Yes, you are always kind enough to...
Because you have longer legs than me.
I have longer legs, and so you are always graciously giving me the aisle
seat. And
yes.
I forget where we were. I sat next to a very large man, and I was in the middle, and it wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that was on the way to Florida, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't a super long flight.
Mm-hmm.
It could get really annoying being in that middle seat, though. But plus, I have never flown first class, so
right.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. I only got to fly first class once.
And this is once a year.
Right. Once, exactly.
Once
we
a
could
year?
take one like really extravagant
Long
trip in
Yeah.
first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Okay. Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, me too.
So we might not see each other very often because, I'm off places and I'm in the doghouse and all of that kind of thing. But hey, we get to meet up for one really fabulous trip somewhere every year.
In first class.
I dig it.
In the most poshest of first class seats.
Sweet. That'd be like Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah, where you have like a
Emirates.
pod, where they give you like a pod.
Yeah,
where you
exactly.
can sleep and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Cool. What do you say? One more each?
Let's do one more each. Yeah,
Okay.
then wrap it up. Would you rather have a hamster-sized dog or a dog-sized hamster?
Okay, well, one, it depends what kind of dog we're talking about. Because if you're talking about a hamster that is the size of a Great Dane, I don't think I could do that.
You don't want a giant rodent running around your house?
No, maybe not. But then at the same time, you get a Cocker Spaniel that's the size of a hamster. That's really cute.
Really cute, but then there's that stepping on thing again.
Well, right. But if you're not going to step on the hamster, you're not going to step on the dog either. I'm going to go for a hamster-sized dog.
Hamster-sized dog. Yeah, I'm going hamster-sized dog too because I just don't want a very large rodent running around the house.
No.
I mean, hamsters are cute and all, but not dog-sized.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And wouldn't it be interesting to see if we had, a hamster-sized golden retriever in here with the 4 cats? What would that do?
Oh, I would feel bad for that hamster-sized dog.
Me too, actually.
We would have to get him one of those big hamster balls, that the hamsters can run around the house in. Mm-hmm. So he would have protection.
Yes.
From the cats.
And then the cats would get loads of exercise chasing him around and unable to get at him.
I don't think it would be a very fun existence for a hamster-sized dog.
Probably not.
Not with cats in the house.
No.
Yeah.
No. Maybe we should just forego that whole thing.
I'm going to forego the whole scenario. Is that allowed?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, you're up. This is Okay, so that was my last one.
So this is the last one.
Yeah.
Yep. Would you rather sell all your possessions and hit the road in an RV or have everything you want at your fingertips and never be able to travel?
I guess I'm going with the RV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because what's the point of having everything at your fingertips if you can't go anywhere or,
I completely agree.
Stuff is just stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Travel is experiences.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's sell all the stuff and get a transit van and off we go.
I'm not living in a transit van. We've been over this. Hashtag no van life. No, I'm too old for all that jazz.
Well, I'll just go by myself.
Oh, there she goes again. By herself.
I'm already flying places and in the doghouse.
Hey, you're already leaving me. So, whatever. Go ahead. Leaving your... No, wait, we're both going in the RV.
We're both going in the RV. What are you complaining about?
So that was Would You Rather. That was this week's Would You Rather round. There were some fun ones in there. I'm interested to hear other people's responses to some of those. So drop us a line or a DM and let us know what your choices were for some of them, because some of them were funny. I especially want to know about the dog-sized hamster and the hamster-sized dog.
Okay. Really? That's the one you most want to know about?
Yeah.
All right.
That takes us to our reason of the week to be vegan. What is our reason to be vegan?
Okay. Well, as a reminder... This week's reason to be vegan comes from Gene Stone and Kathy Freston's excellent book, 72 Reasons to be Vegan, Why Plant-Based, Why Now? And this week's reason is reason number 50. Those terrible trans fats are still around.
Here we go.
Remember trans fats? Those nutritional bad boys that have been linked to higher LDL cholesterol levels and heart disease? They're those freaky fat molecules created when food manufacturers make liquid oils creamy. By the early 2000s, basically everyone agreed that trans fats are absolutely horrible for our health and should be banned. California and New York City were among the first to banish hydrogenated oils from restaurants in the mid-2000s. At long last, in 2013, the Food and Drug Administration determined that trans fats are not generally recognized as safe. Government mumbo-jumbo for they must be removed from the food supply. And while it's true that there are, generally speaking, no more foods prepared with trans fats, even the few stragglers, some frozen pizzas, sweet pies, and chips that were given permission to use trans fats until they figured out a healthier replacement ingredient, have almost entirely been phased out, it's still worth checking out the ingredient labels for partially hydrogenated oils. Sounds like everything is moving in the right direction, but for this, the FDA has banned only artificial trans fats. That's because in their natural form, these ne'er-do-wells come straight from Mother Nature. Trans fat is found in the meat and dairy from ruminant animals, that is, cows, sheep, and goats. So if you eat meat, you are eating trans fat. There's no avoiding it. And if you think that these trace amounts of trans fat aren't a big deal, take it from the Harvard Medical School. Even small amounts of trans fats can harm health. For every 2% of calories from trans fat consumed daily, the risk of heart disease rises by 23%. Some of your meat-eating friends will still argue that natural trans fat is different from artificial trans fat. If that was the case, why did the National Academy of Sciences, perhaps the most prestigious scientific organization in the country, conclude that there is no safe level of any form of trans fat? Quote, any incremental increase in trans fatty acid intake increases coronary heart disease risk, an NAS reporter explained. A 2012 study published in the British Nutrition Journal confirmed that trans fat from animals is still very bad for human health, especially among women. The NAS concluded in its report that because trans fats are unavoidable on ordinary non-vegan diets, getting down to 0% trans fat would require significant changes in pattern of dietary intake. That's government speak for stop eating meat and dairy.
Very appropriate once again.
You know, that's how I roll.
Yeah. But the government never really does tell us to stop eating meat and dairy.
No, they don't. Because there are many, many other forces at work.
Yes, true. But thank you for that.
No problem. And thank you, Dr. Michael Greger, for the inspiration.
Yeah. And as we said before, you know, veganism isn't about food, but it begins with food for a lot of people. And it's important to share, I think, nutrition information so people can make smart choices.
Informed choices.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
It's time for our favorite segment of the show. It's listener shout out time.
Just want to give a shout out to all my fans watching. I love you guys. I love you.
And I think that this shout out should be given by Christine because the shoutee is a dear friend.
Yes, this week's listener shout-out goes out to my dear friend Karen Shalinsky. Karen is a writer, an actor, a satirist, and a vegetarian who is a loving daughter and mother to a beautiful German Shepherd named Althea. She's the most beautiful, long-haired German Shepherd ever. And her rescue cat named Junior, who just happened onto her porch one day as a kitten. Karen loves and keeps chickens as pets, loves all animals, and frequently monitors the comings and goings of the urban wildlife where she lives using trail cameras. She just yesterday said that she heard coyotes. There's a pack of coyotes near where she lives, which is funny because she lives in a pretty urban area. Mm-hmm. And she heard the coyotes howling during the storm last night.
I love the howling of coyotes.
Yeah.
When I lived in Massachusetts, I lived across the street from a cemetery, and there was a pack of coyotes that used to hang out there. And every now and again, I'd be falling asleep, and I would hear the howling of the coyotes. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had a pack that was living near us last year, but I think they moved on. Mm-hmm. Haven't heard them.
Yeah.
So, Karen, contact us with your T-shirt size and address so that we can send you a CNC swag bag. You can email me that information at compassionandcucumbers@gmail.com. Or you can DM or private message us on Facebook or Instagram. And thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And now it's time for housekeeping. We want to try your favorite vegan recipes, and we want to include them in our listener recipe segment. So email or DM us the vegan meals that you love to make. Send us a recipe so we can try it and feature it on the podcast.
And here are some things that you should subscribe to. Subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe to our weekly newsletters. join our Patreon community, become a patron. And you can find links to all of these things in the show notes of the show.
You can also find us on Happy Cow if you'd like to know what restaurants we've visited and what we thought about them. You can find Christine under Compassion and Cucumbers, and you can find me as CNC Vegan.
We're running a fundraiser for Food Empowerment Project at our Buy Me a Coffee site. That's at buymeacoffee.com/cucumbers. If you don't know, Food Empowerment Project seeks to create a more just and sustainable world by recognizing the power of one's food choices. They encourage healthy food choices that reflect a more compassionate society by spotlighting the abuse of animals on farms, the depletion of natural resources, unfair working conditions for produce workers, and the unavailability of healthy foods in low-income areas. So please donate to Food Empowerment Project if you can.
Want to get a listener shout out like Karen did today? Send us a DM or email letting us know you listen and tell us a little bit about yourself. We would love to shout you out and to send you a CNC swag bag.
Yeah, definitely contact us on that. And follow Sam's Etsy site. It's Cucumber Craftworks at Etsy, and take a look at her beautiful knit scarves and handmade jewelry and bead art. It's all vegan and made with tons and tons and tons of love.
'Tis true. Leave us a review on your podcast app if it allows. And if not, share the show with a friend or family member that you think would enjoy what we do. You can also share our social media. It's the easiest way to support us, and it costs you nothing at all.
Join the AFA Vegan Voter Hub and give to them if you can. The Agriculture Fairness Alliance is lobbying on our behalf so that our vegan voices are heard. If you want to make real change on the upcoming Farm Bill, join the Vegan Voter Hub. Do it.
And that brings us to our sign-off. You have just listened to episode 97 of the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast, and there's nothing left to say but where cukes and compassion are always the fashion on the podcast.
Thank you, James.
Have a great week, everyone.
We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
We love you.
Bye.
The end.
Do you want to support the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast? Well, you can do that by joining our Patreon page. We have 3 different levels of support, and all 3 come with their own special bonuses. Hey, you can support the podcast and get yourself some really cool merch. All the links and deets are in the show notes. We'll catch you next week on the next episode of Compassion and Cucumbers.